welcome to another Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville video. And today we're gonna do episode 2 of my balancing ideas for BFN. And with the 4 characters we're gonna be talking about is Pvz, Kennel Corn, Soldier, and Imp. So yeah, if you haven't seen the first episode of the balancing ideas, I did touch on something called damage drop-off, which I would like to note it will be applied to all of them. So if anything gets a damage increase, you will know why. On to the video! So on to the first of all 4 characters, we are going to talk about Pvz. Now Pvz got some decent changes, so let's talk about them. So the only thing that changed the fire about the core Pvz is the ammo it has. The ammo increased from 10 to 12, so you're able to put in more shots without needing to reload. Chili Bean also been given a nice buff. The inner blast damage increased from 125 to 175, so it's gonna be more deadly. But the outer blast damage also increased from 15 to 65. It's not quite a instant kill for Imp, yep, but it's close to it being. P-Gatling got a slight nerf, and that's to its cooldown. So the max cooldown when you use up all the shots of the P-Gatling, instead of it being on 30 seconds cooldown, it'd be a 45 seconds cooldown. Pvz also been given some slight buffs, and also not really slight, but changes. The duration of it increased by 2 seconds from 8 to 10 seconds. The cooldown increased by 5 seconds from 20 to 25 seconds. Now here's some detailed changes. It also have a time between jumps, a jump delay of 2 seconds, so you cannot repeatedly jump up and down. You also can hover for 3 seconds instead of hovering like for the entire duration of it. But however, that does now give a benefit of making the duration last 50% longer. The upgrades been, let's talk about upgrades. Been nerfed, buff, and determines the which upgrade you have. The homing P been nerfed. Instead of logging on at 35 meters, it's been decreased to 30 meters. The last stage been nerfed from down 120% extra damage to 70% extra damage. I don't know how much damage it really does because I don't really use it, but I know it's been buffed and I've seen 78 damage? No, 96, something like that. An instant kill for sure. So that been, reduced. The escape routes been given its cost decreased from 3 to 2. The speed reduced from 55% to 30% increase in speed, but the duration of that speed boost been increased from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Party time been given 2 nerfs, but 2 buffs as well. The streak needed increased from a vanquish streak of 3 to a vanquish streak of 5, so it's gonna be harder to get. Also, you won't be moving as fast as, the speed increase been reduced from 55% to 30%. Though the damage been increased from 20% to 30% increase, and the duration been doubled from 5 seconds to 10 seconds. On to the second character, which is Kennel Corn. Kennel Corn will be given a couple of buffs, but as well as a couple of nerfs. So starting with the base Corn, without any upgrades and abilities, his damage been increased from 5 to 8. But his ammo been decreased from 56 to 50, so you'll be dealing as a lot more damage than he can, but won't be shooting as many projectiles, like a slight decrease to it, so it won't be matter. Battle Beacon however been hugely buffed. The duration of the signal effect increased from 6 seconds to 8 seconds, and the cooldown been shortened from 16 seconds to 15 seconds. However, that's not a big change into the cooldown, just make it a nice even one. But 15 seconds is an even number, it's an odd number, but you know what I mean. Hopefully. But the effect of zombies that gets applied to the, battle beacon effect will be, battle for 12 seconds instead of what being like, the same as the 6 seconds for it. It will now last longer than the signal effect. Hescop been nerfed from down the damage from the splash damage does, since you cannot get the projectiles. It's not from 9 to 4, so it's not as deadly, and the cooldown been increased by 2 seconds from 18 seconds to 20 seconds. Shock shot been buffed, so instead of the damage been increased per shock shot, the projectile, from 90 to 150, and the cooldown been increased from 18 seconds to 20 seconds. Wait, sorry, misread that. Instead of 28 seconds, it be reduced from 20 seconds. Yeah, I have to, yes, I have a paper here with all my balance engines if you want to read. And that's pretty much all the Kinocon stats except for the upgrades. So Happy Feet, the speed boost, it gets reduced from 80% to 55%. Rapid recall, the reload speed been decreased from 50% reduction to 30% reduction. So it's not gonna be reloading as fast with that upgrade. But the branches speed boost decrease from 60% to 40%, but the cost of it been reduced from 3 to 2. Hopscotch, where the projectiles after the damage of it reduced from 12 to 9. Mom cobs, the cost went down from 3 to 2, and it can now pierce through shields, which is a new idea to the piercing effect for the characters that gets applied to, which we'll talk about sooner when we get to other characters. And Shogun Guard, the damage been increased from 11 to 6 in one skin. The reason why damage drop off. And well, that's pretty much all, because other change off list have already been changed to. So yeah. So on to the next character. On to the zombie side, we're gonna be looking at Foot Soldier first. His damage been increased from 6 to 9. His ammo been decreased from 45 to 35. So yes, similar condition to Kinocon, higher damage, less ammo. His super stink cloud been given a couple of buffs by a nerf as well. So its damage gonna be increased from 3 to 5, so it's gonna be more deadly, but the duration it lasts for been reduced from 15 seconds to 8 seconds. And the cooldown been reduced from 30 seconds to 22 seconds, so it's gonna be even more dangerous, but it's gonna, not last as long, but you get able to, activate it quicker. The rocket jump been buffed. The cooldown of it been reduced from 12 seconds to 8 seconds, and now you can have 2 of them instead of 1. A utility. If it's a utility, I think it should have 2. ZPG been buffed, but the inner blast damage of it increased from 150 to 300, and the outer blast damage increased from 15 to 65. The upgrades for him been increased, but been buffed enough, determined to which one is. The ammo thingamabob, with the ammo applies increased from 11 to 15, so we'll give you 50 ammo with the upgrade. The sticky upgrade, ooh, the one that may not seem OP, but it freaking is OP. It says this, I will say here, the stickiness will only last for 4 seconds. and when that 4 seconds goes by, it won't be sticky. So yeah, ready, so you're able to do that constant 5 damage for however long it will do for before, but it will wear off within 4 seconds of the sticky effect. Bottomless, however, been buffed from when you get killed. Instead of replenishing 7, it will give 11. Liftoff been also been given buffed and a nerf. The damage been reduced from 40 to 30, but the cost of it to be decreased from 4 to 3. So yeah, you're able to, once again, this is more to correspond with the rocket jumps buff. So yeah, and that's your soldier for you. On to the final character army. You know who it's gonna be. You better be knowing who it is. On to the final character of this episode is Imp. The worst character I would say in the game. Used to be Citron because of it needing ability spam, but ever since Citron got a damage buff in the May update, late May update, he's actually viable now. But Imp, 4 damage isn't good enough. What I give him is him dealing 6 damage instead of 4, so increase from 4 to 6. His ammo however been reduced from 56 ammo to 46, so gonna be dealing heavy damage, but not gonna have as much ammo, so he's gonna clip through his ammo even quicker. But he got a slow rate 5 from 725 to 650 RPM. So pretty much gonna make him more viable at close range because his health doesn't measure his damage output. Guava grenade range increased from 2 meters to 3.5 meters, so it's easier to grab. And also will not disable shields and abilities. And it will also drain stamina. Another thing from the first episode, you should check that video out for, other stuff you may not understand. Imp Carter, the duration, been decreased from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. The damage modifiers, so this is how I'm gonna sum up. It got that 1 damage for a certain amount of time and 3 damage for a certain amount of time. These are, it was that 1 damage for 2.25 seconds, and it will be dealing 3 damage for 1.75 seconds. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. It will no longer take reduced damage, so it's not gonna be defensive strat as well as a damage dealing strat as well too. You can now get stopped by stuns and knockback. So if you get stunned or you get hit by something that causes knockback, this ain't gonna be your attack, this effect gonna get stopped by him pretty much. The rollback call or the Z-Max, the call time been we increased from 2.52 seconds, not 2.5, 2 seconds to 4 seconds. Though its damage heavily increased from 5 to 9, should be the tank and risky thing for it. But you are gonna get killed from being inside it now, so it's a big risk, but it's gonna be definitely worth it. The upgrades for Imp is Booster. The duration of it reduced from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. Trust me, I think this is a buff, but you could take out enough. I find it useless. Like, you're gonna stay in the air for long, so you're gonna be easier to hit. That's just what, yeah, don't use it. So I'm gonna make it last shorter for the benefit of it. The power, the speed it gets increased from 25% increase to the 5% speed increase. The whip card, the way of 5 Imp card being reduced from 25% to 50%. On the bin buster, the recoil of it increased from 25% to 40%. The super massive, the range of it increased from 5 meters to 6 meters. The Mech Hunter cooldown been nerfed because of the Z-Max major buff. Right now they'll reduce 5.5 seconds of the what we'll call to 3.5 seconds, so it's not gonna be as effective anymore. Instant go force been mainly buffed, I would say, so the speed it gets decreased from 100 from double speed to 50, from 100% extra speed to 50% extra speed. So you're not gonna be moving as fast, but the distance of the applied effect has been increased from 10 meters to 50 meters, and it's gonna be cheaper. And that's pretty much how we're gonna round it off with. In the next episode, we're gonna be talking about all the support characters except for Wizard, which will be in the final episode. But not final. But the mainly final one is gonna be the 2 new upcoming characters. But that's all for this episode. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, a like, of course. Subscribe, because if you like my video, why not subscribe and turn on notifications so you know when I post a new video. As well as comment down below, like what changes should I give and what you think about my balancing ideas. Or just don't say don't just say first, please don't. I think there's gonna be people saying anyways. But that's